Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Jennifer Coy, the CEO of Beauty Care Choices, and we are talking with Moroccanoil today. Moroccanoil, I'm sure, is a brand many of you know, but hopefully we've got some really cool things to tell you about Moroccanoil that you might not really know about. Like, they literally have the best smelling candles in the world. Did you know that? Something new from Moroccanoil, but actually some great hair products as well. We have with us Liza Espinoza. She is the global artist for Moroccanoil. She's been in the industry for over 25 years. She is an award-winning hairstylist. She started early in education, which is near and dear to my heart. Found out she loved it. Worked through the academies, then started doing global platform artistry, whether it's shows, runway, print. So she's been featured in many print magazines, both industry, beauty magazines, and commercial, like your big time fashion magazines. So we are so thrilled to have with us today, Liza Espinoza. Welcome to the show, Liza.
Hi.
Hi, so nice to meet you.
Too, and you said my name perfectly.
I've been practicing. You know what I found? I like to say it with like pretending like I have an accent. It's a very
I just sound super smooth, super great.
Liza Espinoza. I love that. And I have no accent, so I hope I don't sound ridiculous. So
Okay.
we are so excited to learn today about Moroccanoil. I do this show. I'm a licensed hairdresser, but always am learning. And I think that's one of the coolest things about the beauty industry is there's always something to learn. And so for those of us that love education, it's a great industry for us because they're always coming out with new science and new products and new technology. So thank you so much for being here to join us and share your education.
Yeah, thanks. And you're right. You know, it is something that's important that there's always innovation and forward movement. And that's actually one of the reasons that I really love Moroccanoil because we're never stagnant. We're always moving and always looking for what's great out there.
So you've been with many different brands through your 25-year career in the beauty industry, doing education and teaching. What led you to Moroccanoil, and why have you decided to settle here you've been with them for 4 years, right?
Yes. And you know, it's funny because I'm a sincere educator, as you know, that's the best way to be, right? Because
Yes.
I could never represent something that I didn't believe in.
Right.
And, you know, there were many things that I loved about Moroccanoil. And although I worked for a different company at the time, my husband and I do own a salon, and we are 12 years, and we're kind of on a same path as Moroccanoil. We opened the same year as Moroccanoil. And we've always featured Moroccanoil in our salon. We loved the products. We loved the message. You know, it started out with one bottle of oil, right? And went on from there. So at some point, it simply became natural, it seemed, for me to find my home here.
Aw.
And yeah, and I love everything about it. So it's easy, right?
Yes, when you're behind the chair using it and it just works for you, that just becomes so authentic in being able to teach it because you know it so well. Tell me, where are you coming from? Where are you at right now?
I'm in Chicagoland, and you know,
Chicago.
it's starting to get cooler now, and you know, but we're moving along. The salons are open. You know, guests are very happy to come in and see us, and so we're enjoying being out there.
I'm so glad. We're all getting excited. You know, we're in California, so we're kind of the slow state to come back around. And our beauty industry is just sort of getting started back up again. We're still trugging along, but yeah, very happy to see our beauty industry coming back to life and working hard to make that happen here for sure. So Chicago is amazing and probably getting pretty cool right now, right?
Starting to, but we do think of you guys, so you know, and we send you much love, everyone there in California.
Thank you. We love our Moroccanoil family as well. So Moroccanoil started in 2008, and it had a pretty cool story. Like you said, it started with the two oils.
With one, actually.
one oil, the original oil, right. And then later they branched off into the light oil. So I have the original on my side and then the light is on Liza's side. Tell us about the foundation of why Moroccanoil and what all of this argan oil, I mean, they kind of like started the argan oil boom, I think, right? Oh, she locked up on us. Well, we'll see if we can get Lisa back on. I'm not sure. Maybe her connection just had a little blip in it. But Moroccanoil started. It was a husband and wife team, primarily led by the wife, Carmen Tal. In 2008, launched this as a Moroccanoil, as an argan oil. And at this time in 2008, there weren't a lot of people using oils on their hair. Right? Oh, she's back. Yay, we got your connection.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's okay. We're live and it's internet. So tell us, I just started to get into, we talked about Carmen, the owner, and why argan oil. So tell us a little bit about the introduction to argan oil into the beauty industry and how Moroccanoil kind of launched that oil platform.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people in a lot of different cultures and different things have been using oils in their hair, for a long time, but a lot of people were not exposed to it. And what happened, Carmen actually was at a family wedding. She went in a salon, got her hair done. Her hair probably was not in the best condition. It had some chemical damage. And the stylist said to her, I'd like to do an argan oil treatment for you to improve the way your hair feels, the elasticity and the manageability. Well, she had never heard of that. She said, sure, anything that would help, as any of us would. And they did it and she found it amazing. So she started researching it. And the argan oil comes from kernels inside the fruit of the Moroccan argan trees. So you extract that and it has a lot of great nutrients for the hair. So
I always think of that tree with the goats in the tree, right?
Yeah.
We've all seen that argan oil picture. Yeah, the goats climbing up in the tree.
But what Carmen did, she took it a step further. And this is what, Carmen is a great leader. She's a strong woman. She's empowering to women. She even has a series online. I don't know if you know, it's called Inspired by Women, where she celebrates women that are inspirational to us. And we employ more than half of our company is women in all positions. But she went and what she started doing was, how could I make it better? Right? How can I make sure that it really can go into the hair as a fabric? So we have a proprietary formula of argan. It's not just straight up argan out of the kernel, put on the hair, sits on top of the hair. So it really was able to penetrate a bit more, and it was very different from what was out there. And then she started introducing it to all the world.
It's an amazing treatment brand, and it's called the oil treatment because it really is. I feel like Moroccanoil in general is just a treatment brand, right? It's all about, one, the luxurious smells. And I mentioned the candle before I came on. I just happen to love that candle.
Yeah.
But even the oils, you have a signature smell for sure in all of your products. And then the oils themselves just have that wonderful, luxurious smell. So we have the original and the light. How do you distinguish between them and who are they best for?
Yes, so the original obviously just naturally has a bit of an amber tone, and the viscosity is what it is, meaning the thickness of it, right? And it is good for most hair. Right. Now, in fashion, which again, Moroccanoil is also very involved in fashion and editorial, right, and trend, what we found that with the advent of cooler blondes, more platinum blondes, you're talking chemically treated hair that's more porous, it sucks everything up, right? So it may... Now, that's the wonderful thing about the oil, it equalizes porosity. So, that way there are nutrients in the hair instead of it just holding water forever, right? That's why it dries a little faster.
Absolutely.
The light is, one, doesn't have as much of the amber tinge. So if you do have heavily highlighted, lightened hair that's super platinum and you don't want any warm on it at all, that's great for you. And then the viscosity, it's just a little bit lighter in feel, a little bit more viscous, so it spreads for fine hair more easily and doesn't weigh it down.
You know what I found in the salon, Liza, is it's a great way to introduce oil as well to people that might be a little bit afraid of oil. So I love the amber tint tip there, because it is hair is made to absorb these products. That's what the products are for. So they're also going to absorb the colors in the products. So if you are super platinum blonde and you use the original oil, it can bring some warmer tones that are unwanted in some styles, is what you're kind of saying. And then the light one has a lighter texture, less amber, good for anyone. So if you're kind of afraid of your hair feeling oily from oil, which it doesn't, but you have to kind of sometimes experience it to know that, the light is a good introduction, right?
Yeah, and Jennifer, another tip on that point is that we recommend that you apply it from mid-shaft down.
Okay.
Not on top or close to the scalp, which would also maybe make it feel heavy. The hair closer to the scalp tends to be your healthier hair, right?
Right.
Where you really need treatments are from here down.
Right.
So not a
this hair's been around for a long time.
It's been around and we've done stuff.
Yeah. It took a while to get down to here, right? Tobe, show up our close-up camera really fast. So I also wanted to show, this is a great thing with your oils, is you can get these cute pumps in the box, and what a great packaging. I love your packaging on this. It's really, but it's so helpful to have a pump with an oil, because the oil can get a little out there. So these are obviously the very large sizes that come with the pumps. Either they're great, in your salon back bar, or if you love Moroccanoil and you're just going to have it on your counter, it makes it a very easy dispensing. But they also have little tiny bottles that are trial size.
And then there's also little minis that, in salon we get the little tiny minis, and I carry that in my purse.
I love that every year we try and do, because our salon is actually the color of Moroccanoil. So we do a Christmas tree off of your little Moroccanoil ornaments, because it matches the salon. It's the cutest little holiday gift. I hope you guys do it again this year. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's the standard.
Yeah. So then it evolved from this one oil to, the second oil has come along a few years later. But then we also you guys ended up developing, based off of the Argan oil concept, a full line of shampoos and conditioners. Right. So you have all of the conditioners that you normally use with your color continue, and the curl enhancing and smoothing, extra volume, hydrating, and moisture repair. But one of our biggest questions on our call center, and I know our hairdressers have an interest in this as well in our salon, is how do you prescribe the difference between moisture repair and hydrating?
Right. And that's a great question, because they both speak to dehydration, right, or hair that's deprived. And then just so you know, all the shampoos are sulfate-free, sodium chloride-free, paraben-free, right? So, they're safe for all color. Our Color Continue, obviously, is the line that was developed for extending your color. But for the moisture, if you want to think about it, it's funny, because clients will come in and they'll say, oh, I need moisture, but maybe they have chemical damage, which is really repair, right? So it's determining what's going on with the hair.
Okay.
The hydrating shampoo is great for maintenance, maybe naturally dry hair, or maybe you just get a little drier in the winter, whatever it may be, right?
Right.
And where you see repair, it means that it's a little bit more critical situation.
Okay. So also, and typically it's in a combination with maybe some chemical damage where you might need some rebuilding or bonding or strengthening into your moisture, right?
And your moisture as well, right? So you're saying your hair is really damaged, and you've got different sides of it, right? But it is critically dry, it has damage, it needs some rebuilding, as you said. So this is more of a 911 situation, right?
Got it. That's helps so
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Because you have the repair aspects into the moisture. And sometimes when you do highlight the way I do, you need both.
Sure.
You need some
Yeah.
moisture and you need a little repair, right?
Exactly. And then also, just because you're on one regimen doesn't mean you have to stay there forever either. You can, maybe you get your hair feeling in better condition and you switch to a different regimen, right? Or your hair texture changes, or you stop highlighting and you're doing something different. So again, evolving your home needs to what's currently happening.
I'm going to say hi to everybody joining us really quick. Hi, Larry, Brandy, Jessica, Jennifer, Gonzo, David. Susie says, I just cannot live without Moroccanoil. Mwah. Love you, sis. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. So just back to it's interesting for me because with my choices in Moroccanoil, my favorite shampoo in the line is the smoothing, which is crazy to me because I need so much hydration. But I just think with the argan oil base, so many of them are treatment based that you just get that great luxurious smell. Now, is Moroccanoil one that suggests that you stick to your conditioner shampoo categories, or do you suggest cocktailing that you can like do the smoothing shampoo and the moisture repair conditioner? Or how do you prescribe in your salon?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all very individual, right? So every person is different, every hair is different, what they do is different. You can certainly cocktail, shift it up, change it up. We do not have ingredients that, a lot of, I think, maybe other types of shampoos and conditioners, especially that we might buy retail or whatever, some of them coat the hair or they start building up on the hair and then they say use a different type of product to kind of remove it and then, do something else. We don't think you have to do that, right?
Okay. Where people say you want to switch it up every once in a while because it can end up making your hair lackluster or something like that.
Right, and that doesn't happen with our products, which is great. But if you find that you love one shampoo, but you maybe have other needs and you want to switch off, like I have curly hair. So I love the smoothing, but I also like the curl enhancing. So I'll switch them up.
Okay. And now the smoothing and the curl enhancing, those are for desired styles for you then, right? So you use curl enhancing when you want to wear your hair curly, and then you do smoothing when you want it straight. Is that how you work it?
And you can, not necessarily. The smoothing is not going to make your hair straight, but what it's going to do is smooth like that outside cuticle. Maybe it's less frizzy. Maybe that's why you like it.
I think it is. I'm in between that straight. Well, I'm like straight here and curly back here. The hormonal thing has done crazy stuff to my hair, but that's a whole nother show. But I think you are right. It doesn't make it straight, but for me, I already have straight hair. It smooths the cuticle, and so it stops me from having to use the heat to have a nice texture.
Right, makes it shinier. So that's more an effect smoothing in the sense of it makes it look more polished. It makes it look smoother, right?
Yeah.
So that not necessarily that the shampoo itself is going to straighten your hair. The curl enhancing, certainly when I want to wear it curly, is great because it does give me a little extra bounce.
Okay. It is enhancing that curl.
Yes.
Okay. I love it. So all of these shampoos have the paired conditioner. So you can kind of cocktail. Sometimes if you just really need your color to stay and you have trouble holding color, you'll use your color continue, but then maybe you also have that frizz issue that I have and you want the smoothing. So you could use the color continue shampoo and the smoothing conditioner or vice versa, right?
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
And then if you need a little bit more treatment, because we're telling you Moroccanoil is the ultimate spa line. Like it is all about treatment, luxury. You can get into their masks, and they have 4 amazing masks. We have hydration. From my side, the blue is smooth hydration, and then we have 2 of the hydrations, and then the repair. Tell us about how to choose these.
Right. So again, this is the kind of the thing we were talking about before to piggyback on that, right? The smoothing is going to be for someone that has maybe fuzzier, frizzier, less manageable, right? Your hair is unruly and maybe you just need to have it be more manageable and polish that cuticle surface and make it easier to deal with and look shinier and smoother. So that's going to be for that. The two hydrating masks, we have the intense hydrating and we have the weightless. So again, hydration is for dry. So maybe your hair is just dry, and a lot of curl has dry hair. Some textures are dry. Some coarse hair can also feel really dry, right? And it's kind of like the difference in viscosity between the oils, right?
Yes.
They both give the same benefits, but one is going to feel a bit lighter on the hair if you have super fine or lifeless hair and you need a treatment but don't want it to be weight at all, right? That would be the weightless. And then the intense hydrating is more for medium to thicker, coarser hair, right?
Right.
That's really dry. And then the restorative, this one is more for reparation. So this is for damage, whether it be, it could be thermal styling, it could be chemical damage, anything like that. And that's going to do more repair.
Liza, everyone's at home right now and loving these at-home spa type treatments. Right. What are the instructions on this? Is this a quick rinse out, or can you do the whole put it in a bag and clean your house kind of thing?
Certainly can. I mean, anything, they're not going to damage your hair by being on any longer by any means. The recommended time is 5 to 7 minutes. In salon, we tend to put a nice warm towel on people, a little wrap. We don't put them under heat because we don't want to blast open their cuticle.
Right.
But they'll lay in the bowl and just have really nice experience in the warm wrap, 5 to 10 minutes, right? And of course, the great massage. But at home, you can do it in the shower if you like. If you do that, I personally tend to shampoo my hair first, take a little towel in, towel dry it as much as I can. The more water you get out, the better result you'll get, because then there's less water, more mask.
Yes, you're not diluting the mask. You're getting the full concentration of it.
Absolutely. And then I'll leave it the full duration of your shower, if that's 5 minutes or 30 minutes, right? Whatever you do. But absolutely, if you want to put a bag on, go dance around with the vacuum or whatever.
Okay, you've been watching me, haven't you? I like that whole saran wrap thing. Actually, I do. I'm like so silly like that, but I don't always have a bat, or our shower caps at home that we'll put in the salon. So I'll take out my saran wrap my head and, do my dusting around the house. And it does. It just feels good. It feels like you're treating yourself. Maybe put a little face mask on with your hair mask, and feels like a nice little spot, or even in the bathtub. I'll do it right before I get into the bathtub. So that's always a nice, fun way to add a spa feeling to your bath as well.
Yeah. We're always multitasking as women, right?
Yes, exactly. So if you're bathing, you have to be deep conditioning as well, because it's time. That's funny. So I'm really excited to talk about the next category, because I don't think, at least a lot of people know, maybe they do, but I love this whole concept of a color depositing mask. So once again, we've all heard about the color depositing, and this is blending it with a treatment. So we're going to show a quick introductory video, and then we'll get more into it after you guys see the fun video. That was fun. That was really fun. So it showed two of the colors that you have on your hair, right? So tell us about those two masks, and tell us the overview of the masks.
So the mask, we've been seeing more and more with the advent of like fashion shades becoming more popular and seeing them a lot more. And also I think people wanting just fun colors that are temporary without all the commitment, right? So you see a lot of masks and this type of thing out there, but what is missing, or what we found was missing, was the repair piece. Or
Oh, we have a little connection hiccup again, Lisa. So absolutely, we saw in the video that these are infused with amino acids and apricot seed oil. Hold on, girl. Your system's reconnecting on us really quickly. So anyhow, just a quick overview of these masks. They come also in this little cute little container. Just a single one use, or the full tube. So there's two sizes in these. And this is like your color depositing shampoos, where you can put them on your hair. She's back with us. That's okay. I just talked about the different sizes that we had it in. We got our full size tube and these small cute pouches. And then tell us, how are they giving us our treatment, the benefits with the color infusion?
Right. So, I mean, that's just it. There is a dual benefit. We do have the temporary color pigments, right, that go in, but that also, not apart from depositing color, it nurtures the hair. It's a very deep treatment. So we have several things. One is, it's called Argan ID, where we took, this began with our Color Continue collection a few years ago. Our chemists actually were able to take all of the components of the argan that was luxurious and beneficial to the hair and make those molecules smaller. So in other words, instead of just working in the outer part of the hair, the cuticle, they're able to go inside and repair the hair from the inside out. So we're now the first company in the world to produce argan that can repair from the inside. There's apricot kernel oil, and what that does, that's for softening. So we do have both benefits. We have repair and we have softening, along with an amino acid blend that also helps to strengthen the hair. So the hair feels amazing.
So tell us, that's amazing. I love this whole concept because it is something different with the color depositing, and you're wrapping it into your treatment aspect, which is so Moroccanoil. So your hair, you have the hibiscus. Tell me the two that you have again, and the aquamarine. Am I right?
Yep, I have mostly hibiscus and then a tiny bit of aquamarine that I mix in. So they're perfectly customizable. And I mix it in a little bowl, and whatever color you see, that's what it is.
Okay.
Right.
Now, is your hair pre-lightened? Do you need to pre-lighten to use these masks?
So most of the masks, the 7 that we have currently, are really designed to go over, hair that's medium blonde, to lighter blonde, right? Okay. So most of them are designed to go over that. Now, in my case,
so if you're darker than this back here, it's not going to work at all.
It's not going to show, and obviously it's going to look better on chemically treated hair too, because again, it's more porous, right?
Right. So this will grab it really fast. Right.
Really fast. Now, I don't have pre-lightening. I have a hair color. I have a red-violet color on my hair that's a little lighter than this. But what I do is I use it as a color refresh and to keep it bright. So when I get my color done, I'm doing that mix. And then starting a week or two after my color, I use it once or twice a week just to keep my hair vibrant.
Very nice. And I bet it could actually even help you in some ways, like adjust your tone slightly. Like you could go with more of a blue or red, or more of a orange or red.
Right. Well, even the blondes, we have a platinum, and then we have, a warmer blonde. So you can either warm up your blonde or cool out your blonde a little bit if you like, right? And the rose gold as well.
And so these aren't even just the crazy punky colors that we see a lot, which are great and fun. The aquamarine hibiscus is great, but you have the browns and the blondes as well. So what a great refresher treatment for any shade, right?
Right. The cocoa is also amazing. It's a beautiful, really luxurious looking cocoa shade of brown. It's really a great refresher. Or if you've had lightened hair and some people are going a bit darker for the fall, let's say, and they just want something that's going to give them a little bit of color but make their hair feel better, they're really great. And we have new ones coming.
Oh, she's teasing us. She's teasing us. Hi, Carl Swice. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. So you already let it out. Do the teaser, girl. What are our colors? No, we have two great ones coming I'm super excited about.
Yes, we're going to have a copper, which is incredible because you see a lot of reds and but you don't see a lot for copper shades out there. So even in salon, all of our redheads or people that want those beautiful auburns and things are so excited about this coming out. And that is one shade that is designed to work on a bit deeper toned hair as well. So down to a medium brown or more, right? You'll be able to see it. And
Which
then
would just kind of take this to a richer tone, right? If you were in this brown, you're just going to kind of get that more warmer brown to it, correct?
Right. Yes, yes. And again, these are temporary shades. So if it's something you want to, let's say, play with, they will they will come off or shampoo off. And how quickly depends on how treated and how porous your hair is. We can't promise a certain amount of shampoos or days, but it does. It comes off. It fades off. And they fade beautifully on tone. They don't fade weird as well, which is really great.
And we always say that too. The longevity of this product definitely is based off of the porosity of your hair and the texture of your hair and how much your hair is going to hold on to color. And then how light and dark your hair is to where how much it penetrated. We're getting a question coming in right now that says, could these masks cover gray or will they do any kind of gray coverage? And then would a clarifying shampoo remove them?
Really great. First, no, they really won't cover gray. And the reason for that is gray hair tends to be very tensile, like the cuticle's tight, right? So it doesn't
lock down there.
Locked down, and it's very rebellious. It doesn't accept anything. It's really hard, right? So no, they're not really designed for gray. But let's say you asked about pre-lightening earlier. Let's say someone just sort of pre-lightened the gray lightly to open it up a little bit and then put one of these shades on for a tinge. That would work. But natural, it would not. And then Jennifer, what was the other question as well?
Removing them. Would you need a clarifying shampoo or could you remove it? Like say you put it on there and you're like, is there a way to quickly get it out if you need to?
Yeah, and a clarifying shampoo is great. It definitely will, and the more you shampoo, right, as well. But the clarifying would work, and our clarifying shampoo is gentle to the hair. Some of them can be pretty harsh.
Yes.
So you can also use a gentle one that's going to nudge that off and not necessarily just strip your hair of everything, right?
Right, for sure. So these are color depositing and they are no chemicals. So there's no peroxide in them, no anything like that. So it is just more of a stain going over the layer of your hair while it's giving some nutrients to the hair as well. Moisturizing, softening, and that treatment as we talk about in all of Moroccanoil products. So the gray question, you would need some sort of chemical to open that cuticle in order to get a deposit. So because these have no chemicals, they're very mild and they're almost even nurturing to the hair. There's nothing harsh enough to get it to really penetrate into gray hair. So that's probably the reason.
Even we, in the salon, we even have moms that come in with their young daughters, right, that have that naturally blonde, sun-kissed hair. And, sometimes they'll take okay and sometimes they don't take it as much. Again, it just all depends on the porosity, right?
Absolutely.
Do we want to tell the second color?
Yes. So we have copper coming out. And then what's the other one?
The other one is lavender.
Lavender. How fun.
Super fun.
These are two great colors for fall. Definitely on trend right now. I think copper reds are making a huge comeback, so that's really fun. That would be something that I would want to try. Love copper, and I think just putting it over a weave like this could be so pretty, where you take yourself from kind of like a summery blonde to a fall mixture of the darks and lights, of the coppers and darks kind of.
Yeah, I think it would look great on you.
And then how would you use the lavender?
The lavender, definitely you would want to put over lighter hair for it to really show as well, right? But again, your medium to lighter blondes, you could do pieces. You don't have to do your whole head as well. You know, if it's something that you just wanted a little frame, or like that 90s chunk that everybody's doing right now, right? With having just
your
a
money
big
piece,
color.
right? Your money piece.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you wanted the reparative for your whole head, what you could do is do a different color around your face.
That's fun.
And maybe do the blonde, one of the blondes, the platinum, or around the back,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that would be so fun. And it's a non-commitment way to just spice it up and kind of actually try a color too. If you are thinking like, I've always wanted to go copper red, but I don't know if I want that full commitment, because pulling full red back out can be hard. So especially if you're doing it with chemicals. So this could be a great way to just try it, right?
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay, so I know you have a couple other teasers for us. We have a couple new products that just launched, like literally yesterday. 2 new Moroccanoil products that you're hearing about first here. Tell us about, we have the Volumizing Mist and we have the all-in-one conditioner.
Yes, so the all-in-one leave-in, it's actually a spray-in leave-in conditioner, right? This is a multitasking. This is a hard-working conditioner, I have to say. It does a lot, right? So it's very light, it's very milky. There's 3 things you really need to know about it. Is 1, it detangles. So it's an amazing detangler almost instantly. So for a lot of people that have trouble getting through their hair, it'll help with that. It definitely hydrates the hair. So the hair feels more supple almost instantly. In salon, we've been using it a lot as a cutting lotion, right? So spraying the hair on when we're cutting wet, because it just makes the hair feel great and the slip is there, right?
Right.
The third component is protection. So it's protecting against breakage. It really strengthens the hair. And then it also protects against that daily heat of blow drying and things like that. So it's really going to protect the hair. The ingredients in this, we always have argan. Everything is argan infused, right? With our line, because that's our dedication to healthy hair.
The treatment.
The treatment, right? And so in other words, we do get a little bit of that treatment. I call the argan our secret savior, right? Because that's the savior of our hair, that just keeps it beautiful and luscious and healthy. Without healthy hair, it just isn't pretty, right?
No.
So that's the goal. But it has like a superfood buffet as well. We've got sunflower seeds, we've got quinoa, we've got barley extract. So they're always looking for different ingredients that will provide those antioxidants, essential fatty acids that we need, shine and smoothness. So it's got all of that and a bag of chips, as they say.
That's wonderful. Detangling, hydrating, repairing, heat protection, all in one product on top of all that amazing nutrients. I mean, I love this, that we're really combining beauty right now. You're seeing ingredients for skincare into hair care. You're seeing ingredients from good healthy foods into hair care, and borrowing those nutrients from those different, whether quinoa or that sunflower seed. That is so cool. I really think it's really bringing home where the direction that beauty is going, of the beauty from the inside out, and just healthy is beautiful. So that's unbelievable. I love that.
Yeah, and taking from nature, right? Because like you said, holistically, we have to care for ourselves and nurture ourselves, right? And we do it with our bodies, or we do it with our skin, and sometimes we forget about our poor hair strands.
Right. Yeah, and I always definitely like to remind our audience that when you're washing your hair, everything that you rinse off in the shower comes over your whole body. So you do want your ingredients in your hair care to be just as yummy as the ingredients in your skincare, because it is going over all of your skin in your shower. So besides the all-in-one leave-in conditioner, which lovely new picture, you guys saw it here first, and then we have our volumizing mist.
Yes. And this is also, just a very technologically advanced product. People that have really fine limp hair always struggle with, getting volume, always struggle with products being too heavy, weighing it down. So this addresses a lot of those things. It is a very weightless spray. Again, it is a spray. It's a mist spray in, but it gives impressive volume to that very fine hair without making it feel heavy, or they don't want to feel like they have a lot of product in their hair
or sticky. I find a lot of girls worry about, that have fine hair, that it's sticky, like it doesn't. And I can tell by the sprayer on that it's got really good dispersion factor to be able to not really have it.
Fine mist. You can control it well. And sticky, you're right. Sticky is a good point because you don't want anything that compacts the hair, right? We want things that are going to leave it airy and expanded, right? And that's what this does. It also helps to fortify weak and fine hair, because that's another thing. Weak, fine hair often breaks easily as well, right? And it's not strong. So you have that frayed effect, which also then makes it look thinner, right? But it does definitely give volume that lasts up to 72 hours. And I forgot to mention, both of these products have a 72-hour working capability. So the all-in-one leave-in, the softness will last for 72 hours if you don't shampoo, right? The volumizing mist, the volume effect will last for 72 hours. It's also buildable and you're able to reactivate it. So what I mean by buildable is, if you're super, super fine and you only want this in your hair, excellent. You can do that, right? If you want to add, let's say, our root boost at the scalp to give you more lift, you can do that. If you want to layer another product over this and use it as a foundational, right? So it has all these capabilities.
Cocktail them, that's my favorite, right? You can cocktail them all together.
Absolutely. And then by reactivating, let's say you use it in the morning and then you find your hair's gone a little limp, but you're going on a Zoom, or you're going on, on a live. Yes.
Got to refresh.
If you it and scrunch it up and move it around, it's actually going to reactivate the components that give you body, and it's going to make that work again. We have a couple things that are interesting in this formula. Always our argan, but we also have some rice amino acids that help to plump the hair, but they give it some strength and manageability. But one of the key things that we're using is a super, super gentle dead sea salt. And then what that does, it enhances the texture and the movement and the volume. And that's the component that when you move it around and play with it later, it reactivates and then makes it feel, gives it more body again.
I'm very interested in this. A couple things from what you said. One, the 72-hour hold. I'm hearing that a lot because a lot of us aren't washing our hair every day. And so you need those products to be reactivatable in the morning so that they're not just creating that bedhead. They're having a flexibility and a revitalization process to them. That's really cool. And then this product, one, the rice and then the salt and then the argan oil together. I'm so excited because I've tried beach sprays, but sometimes it does have that drier sense to it. So mixing it with the argan oil is going to be really interesting. I really look forward to trying that. But you said for fine hair, can I use this product as well?
Yeah.
Like for my texture hair, I would still get benefits from this volume mist. Even though it's weightless, I would still get benefits, right?
You would still get benefit, absolutely. Now, if you're using other products and, you have, it looks like a lot of hair. Right?
I do.
Yeah. Great. And the length, so you might want something with a little more hold. So you'd be a candidate for using this as your foundational product and then layering.
Okay. And foundational, we mean putting on wet and then before you do your kind of styling, and it just gives your hair that base before you style. I always say, don't make your hairspray do all the work. Give it some foundation.
This is all wet, Jennifer. This is a styler.
Okay.
So this is not like the dry texture spray.
Okay.
This is styler, so yes, this would be
always wet. It's always a foundational product.
Yep, because it's going damp, right? And the other thing you did mention about refreshing your hair next day, the all-in-one, and again, I do have curl today, it's a bit smoother, but I've enjoyed using that as a second or third day refresher spray.
Okay.
As well on dry hair.
On dry.
I do every day. Yeah.
Okay. Great tips. Thank you so much. I think we've covered so much. It was a great introduction to some new products from Moroccanoil and products that you might not know about, with all these amazing color depositing masks that also provide the treatment aspect to them. That would also be another fun way to have kind of a spa day, is put your mask on and let it sit while you vacuum your floor. That could kind of be some fun, or even just do some PC streaks. So much great information here, Liza. If you want to find out more about Liza, she has I didn't ask you how to say this.
It's
what is it?
Liza.
Moroccanoil Pro or Moda Liza. I did it. I know. I finally clicked in my head. Moda Liza. MODALIZA number 2. If you want to find out more and follow what Liza Espinoza is doing around the world as our global Moroccanoil educator. And I will be following you. I would love to see some of your print work and what you're doing out there with Moroccanoil going forward. So definitely keep in touch. We're very excited.
Yes, we love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Anything else we should close with?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I think we, like you said, we covered a lot. I love that you have all your Moroccanoil fans out there. They love us. And, you know, I want everybody to have fun, have a great time, play with the products, and enjoy the fragrance. Like you said, get a candle.
Well, we really, absolutely, the fragrance, mwah. And we really appreciate your partnership with Beauty Care Choices, and we love having Moroccanoil products available here. So thank you so much for your education. And our team appreciates you as well. Have a great weekend.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
So everyone, remember, if you have any more questions, we've got our team answering the phones at the number below. They're all licensed cosmetologists. They are also tuning into all these educational resources here at Beauty Care Choices. So they know their stuff, and they can help you answer some questions. And you have Beauty Care Choices. They're here to help you choose wisely. So give us a call. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye for now.